Good evening or good morning or whatever, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me. Almost to the end of the year, aren't we? I can't believe it's all going so very, very quickly. Um, just shout out to Sam for her little Meg is doing so well, so that's really good. I can't see Kathy online, our friend in Australia, um, who's waiting for Cyclone Jasper. So I do hope she's okay. But I think it's sort of about now, so I don't suspect we will hear from her for a couple of days or so. Um, and who else? Happy birthday to Di. She's not with us. She's gone off. She's gone out gallivanting. I don't know what people think they're doing. But anyway, I'm here. So yeah, thumbs up, down here ish, somewhere along that line, please, would be really good. Going to show you a little something here today, and why not do something a bit different? So, what I've got for you is a little treat box. It's a little triangular treat box, but also doubling up as a name, place name, table place name, whatever it's called, for the table on Christmas Day, maybe. This one's mine because I thought, just make it most important that mine's on there. And also, most importantly, is the fact that this size is big enough to hold a decent amount, because let's face it, one of these is not good enough. And I've got 3 in there with the, actually, I could have fitted 4, which, to be fair, is much more realistic, I think. So it's got a nice little magnetic fit to it. Of course, you don't have to put sweets in it. You can put the diamond ring or money, all of which are acceptable, I'm sure. But I thought we would have a go at making this. Now, whilst I am making it, I will just say that I just been tidying up, and I've popped a few little bargains onto the website under the All Things from YouTube Live. So you may want to pop over there. I've got some bundles at a very special offer for the stamp sets that I've used today as well. There is also the black hammered and the white hammered card. I've been saying about the black hammered card for ages, and I keep on forgetting to put it on. So it is now on there. And also, before I forget that, I just wanted to show you that I've got, let me just pop that over there. I've got some of these. Now, these were the Winter Woodland set that we used at the weekend for our online. No, it wasn't online. It was real people. Real people came to see me, which was wonderful. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And we used this die set. And I'm sure you can't actually see that, but it's a light, just about can see it, that lit up. Could you see that it changed very, very slightly? Anyway, they're on special offer there as well. So there you go. So let's have a go at making, first of all, the treat box. So I'm going to take myself a piece of black hammered card, and I'm going to measure it so that it is 9. I'm doing it in inches. I know this is a bit worrying because I don't usually cope with inches very well, but the good thing is there's no 1/8 and certainly no 1/16. There's only quarters that I have to cope with, and I think I could manage that. So we have got 9 3/4 down this side and 7 inches across this side. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it, but then I'm also going to show you, just in case it doesn't show up very well here so that you can't see, I've written out sort of a template, I think you'd call it. So I'm going to show you that as well. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my scoring board here, and we'll take it first of all along the long edge. So this is the long edge, the 9 3/4, and along that edge I'm going to score at 1 3/4 inches, at 4¼ inches and at 7¼ inches. Then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score at 2 inches and 5 inches. Okay, I'm going to keep that to one side just for the minute. I need to keep hold of that, but not necessarily the scoring board. So you possibly can't see all that well. Can you see just about? Yeah. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the bits off that I don't want first so that it is a little bit easier to see. And in doing so, I have made this template for you. So this is how this would look if I was to have done it in white. And these are the pieces that I need to cut out. So it's got sort of a square bit here, if you see what I mean. There's a square here, and then one piece at the bottom. And then this is the top, which has 2 pieces. So I'm going to remove the 2 pieces either side and also the pieces down the bottom. So we're going to end up then with more like a sort of cross. I'm going to take long-handled scissors for this. So I'm first of all going to take out this piece here. So I'm going to cut along my score line to the first corner. And then I'm just going to remove that piece there. Then I'm going to take out this corner. So again, up to that line and straight across there. So you can see then that I have removed those 2 pieces. Then I'm going up to the top here. I'm going to actually turn it around because it's easier for me. And I'm just going to remove both of those pieces. So just trim to there and there. And then you can see that we're getting there. And then finally, we're going to just trim off these 2 pieces. So we are then left with sort of a cross type of thing. If I turn that around the right way, you can see that that is what we did. We removed those 2 pieces. We removed the pieces at the bottom, left with the cross, like so. Then, if I pull that to one side, you can see that I've just marked a couple of triangles here. Very simple to do, but we just need our ruler. So I'm going to turn that round sideways, and I'm going to bring in my ruler. Don't need those scissors. And my pencil. As we know, that measures 3 inches, and so I'm just going to put a pencil mark at 1½, which is halfway. Okay, and I'm going to do the same at the other side as well, so that that is 1½ measurements there. Then I'm going to use, I've only got this small one here today. I'm going to use this, which is sort of a moulding mat, just so that I've got something to press on, really, because I want to now pop my ruler in between the mark that I have here, which is for the halfway, to this corner here. And then I'm going to take my scoring tool and I'm just going to score down here. And by using the mat underneath, I've got something to push into. Then I'm going to go around the other way, so it's the mark is there for halfway down to this corner, and then just press there. So you can then see, hopefully, that I've got that triangle, which if I bring this in again, is the triangle that I've got here. Okay. So then I'm going to do the other side. It's a really simple one, and I think very, very effective. So hence why this is your delicacy for today. Don't know what I'm talking about, really, do we? Okay, so there is our measurements. So then I'm going to grab my bone folder and just burnish all of these score lines so that they're nice and sharp, like that. Then that one to there. And then these little ones, the triangular ones, just burnish those as well. Like that. And then finally, over this side, that one, and of course there. Okay. This is the top of it where we've got two flaps. This is the front of it, if you see what I mean. And all we're going to do is just give you an idea of how it goes. We're going to bring in our side pieces here. This piece will be stuck to the front, and then this piece will fold over and give us our triangle. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue onto these triangles here at the front. So these are the triangles that are closest to the one flap on its own. Okay, I'm just going to pop that into there. Just hold on to it for a second so that it grabs. And then the same with this piece. Glue just onto that top flap. And then just put that in so that it's at right angles. So we've got that nice join here. Okay. And just press that into there. All right. Now, if we bring this over again, you can again see where we're going with it. Now I need to cut some papers. So I've got myself a scrap piece. I can't tell you how much I've used this particular papers, but this is a scrap piece which I've already cut. It's from a 12 by 12, and I've already cut a whole length off that is measuring 2 3/4 inches wide. If you recall, this was 3 inches wide, so we need it to be a fraction smaller. So I need to cut some papers off of this. So first of all, we know that the measurement for every piece is the same at 2 3/4. So I'm going to measure one piece that is 3 inches, but then I'm going to bring that same piece in and cut that in half. So I will end up with two pieces that are 2 3/4 by 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to pop this back in again. Again, we know what the width is. Then I'm going to measure a piece that is 4.5 inches long. And then I'm going to chop that in half so that we've got two pieces that are 2 1/4. And finally, one piece, which is 2 3/4. And that's it. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so let's tell you where they're going to go. Now, we've got a piece for the front here, which is one of the pieces that's 2 1/4. Then we've got the other piece that will go there at the back. We've got one of the smaller ones at the front here for the flap. And we've got one of the smaller ones here for inside the flap. And then finally, we've got a piece on the bottom for our whole bottom piece there. So let's put that on first. You can see I've got double-sided. Didn't want Christmas trees, I decided. So that's going to go onto our base. So that is the only square that we have. Then we're going to take a piece that's one of the 2 1/4 ones. That's going to go on to the next piece. Onto there. You could do this with any papers, obviously. And then this is one of the smaller pieces, and that's going to go onto the flap over. Like so. So we've got those three pieces. Then we're going to go to the front piece. Now, before I actually stick that front piece on, I want to put one of the little tiny magnets on there. So the magnets, I used to have them. I'm afraid I don't anymore, but you can pop over to Amazon and you will find these. These are 8mm by 1mm, so they're very tiny. They usually come in about a pack of about 20. Keep them opposite. And I'm going to get myself a piece of strong double-sided sticky tape. Okay, and I'm going to pick up one of them. Now, I'm going to stick that directly onto the front at the back of the black here. But I would bear in mind that when we take that flap over, we don't want to put it right in the middle here, because otherwise we'll find that it's hard to attach the one opposite. We need to put it sort of about in the middle here so that we've got a better positioning. So I'm going to pop that around about there. Then I can stick my piece on here. Like that. Let's stick that right, whoops, right over the top, and give us a chance to just, we've got a little bit of bulk then, so we just need to make sure that it's going to stick everywhere. Obviously it sticks onto the double-sided tape as well, like so. Now this piece is going to hide our other magnet, which is going to go onto there. So I'm going to roughly decide where it will be, which will be about there, I think. So I should put a piece of tape on, which should cover us nicely. And then I'll take the other magnet and I will just let that find its own way on here. So it's finding its own way by attaching itself to this front bit. Then we shut it up. It then, she says, should pick it up. It doesn't want to pick it up, does it? Hold on. Clean it off a bit. Right, you sit on there like a good boy. Now, come on, come to mummy. Oh. Can see what mark it's leaving, so I shall leave it there anyway, and then you will sit. Or not, as the case may be. Is it going to sit there better? I want you to sit properly. Oh, did you see that? Right, so what we'll do instead is we will stick a bit of tape onto it. We will not be there. Right, let's see if that'll work. Stick tape onto there, then that's better. Wasn't quite in the right place. However, we're just going to pop that over there. No one will know. No one will know that we've put it in the wrong place to start off with. And then cover that all up so that when we put all our sweets and things in there, it will have a nice coverage and it will sit on there nicely. Keep it down. And now I just want to stamp out my little chap. Now, the stamp set that I'm using is called Festive Rudolph. It's a Creative Expressions, woodware one. So he's rather a lovely one. Just grab myself. Oh, in the wrong place. Grab myself a bit of card because I'm going to just trim him out. Now I'm going to colour him in with Copic markers, but you could colour him in anything that you wanted to. But because I'm going to be using Copic markers, I'm going to have to use Memento ink. I could use an archival as well, but we want to be able to colour with our Copic markers, and therefore it needs to be done in this way. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Isn't he gorgeous? I'm just going to put a second layer of that on there just to build him up a little bit, which will look rather lovely. Now he's really simple to colour. I could in fact have stamped him onto brown card anyway. So I'm going to simply colour in the green of the holly. And as I said, I'm using Copic markers. This one is called Greyish Olive. Okay, Greyish Olive. So that just pops that into there to give him a bit of colour. Now, then we're going to bring in a red, which is usually strong red, R46, strong red. And I'm going to do the little dots down there. They're going to be red. We'll do a little bit on the baubles, just so we give him a bit of colour. And a little bit down here. We, of course, need to give Rudolph a red nose. So I'm just going to go around here. And I've just purposefully missed, oh, can you see? Missed a little bit so that it's got like a little glint onto it. Could, of course, start to put any colours on here at all. Slightly lighter green for the tops of the baubles. There and there. And I think I'll make this, excuse the phone in the background, and then just pop that onto there. Now you could, if you wish, just leave him at that because he's looking good, but I'm just going to go a little bit further, and I'm just going to colour his hooves in so that they are a darker brown. I would suggest that you don't go too far with the dark brown, because if you do, you can sometimes spoil it. Go with lighter, and then you can go over twice. And I'm finally finishing up with dull ivory for his face and that sort of thing. I will go over once, and then I will go over a second time or so just to colour him in. So I'm just going over. Nothing very sort of exciting there, you know, not any special treatment or anything like that. Just need to go over, and you will see that these have got the little dots here that will differentiate between where you need to put an extra layer if you want to put any shading in. So you could just say, right, that's it, I've done it. So it looks quite nice just like that, but I just want to put in one more layer. Excuse my staff here, I'm sure you can hear him. He clearly thinks that if you're in another room and you're on the phone, it doesn't matter if you shout. There will be words. He will be doing overtime, I can assure you. I don't know, what are they like? So I'm just going over that a second time. And then just going to go over these areas here. So this is just where the shading would come. So anywhere where there's the little dots, you can just go over a second time, third time even, just so that that has got a little bit of shading. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. Then I'm going to get my alphabet tiles. I'm not usually a lover of this sort of thing, but you know what? These make such a good idea. So I'm going to do this one for my Rosie, who is about to get on a plane. I'm sure she's not watching right now, but that's my son's partner, and him are about to get on the plane to come back to England for Christmas. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I will make sure that she's going to be coming by telling her that she has got her own place name to go to. So I'm going to get covered in ink here. I can tell that, can't you? Now, obviously, I'm using a small acrylic block. You could, of course, put them onto a stamping platform, or you may well have the little finger Dauber type stamps as well, that you could use these. But I think it's just a really nice font. Make sure that S is round the right way. And of course you can see it from there anyway. But if you're not happy to just stamp directly, you can, I'll show you that in just a second, you can stamp on another piece and then add it to it. I think I've got a bit of a wonky eye there. I put that on a bit wonky. Let's find the E. So this is going to be her one. So there's a place for Rosie and there's a place for me, as to whether anyone else comes or not. So there's her name on there in all her glory. So I stamped that one with VersaFine. The reason why I used VersaFine to stamp the sentiment is because I wanted it to pick up the detail, because it is for fine detail. So I wanted it to pick up the detail of that. And also, in my case, that one is a much juicier ink pad than the Memento. I find that I have to do that one once or twice. Now, if your word is longer than Rosie, you probably can get 6 letters in altogether. So say, for example, when Grandad is on there, I've just simply stamped that out onto a separate piece of card. And that can just go over the edge, hang over the edge. I'll show you in a second. So it isn't a problem if you wanted to do that, and if you wanted to not be writing on there at all. So I'm just going to grab my scissors. Don't want my big ones for that. And I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a border all the way around, a little bit of a white border. And I'm not going to be over fussy, but I want to be fairly fussy. So I'm just going round here. There are other, there's like a Santa Claus and all sorts of things in this range. But I thought that the fact that this gave you room, let's just chop off a bit there. This gave you room to put your name tags on. I thought was just perfect for what I wanted to do here. I wanted to show you something a little bit different. To be honest, if we haven't got enough cards by now, one more isn't going to make any difference really, is it? So, which reminds me, come Sunday, I'm not quite sure whether to do a special card, a special Christmas card, or whether to do a special non-Christmas card. I have to think about that one, won't I? So whilst I'm cutting this out, just a second, I'm going to bring that in for you, just to remind you. Now, this is, we launched this on Sunday with our card kit for December, but it is relevant for the card kits for 2024, which is just around the corner. Many of you have contacted Sarah, so thank you so much for doing so. I know that she has been working so hard to get back to you all and put you on the list and send you all the details. So if you haven't already done so, but would like to do so, if you pop over to this email address, it is different to our ordinary one, and you will be able to get all the details for the subscriptions. Done on a much different basis than most other subscriptions, because it's kind of like just saying pre-order, really, sort of. He's just popped in to say hello as well. So that's where you need to go. Don't forget. If you look at the bottom of the description down here, after this email is finished, after this video is finished, you will find the email address for the subscriptions. So you'll find that. Just need to copy and paste it. So that probably be your best option. Gonna take that to one side again. Gonna bring in my lovely Rudolph, bring in my treat box, and he is going to sit on the top there. So the only place I need to put glue is just behind this actual wording bit. So just more or less there. And then, because it sort of looks, sort of looks to me as if he's sort of coming, literally hanging over the edge there. So it's just a perfect thing for that. So there you go. There is your treat box. And as I said, room for, when you open that up, I think possibly 2 diamond rings, a fair wodge of money, maybe both of those. A gift card possibly would fit in there. Let's just see. Don't move my arm. Oh, that's not, that ain't a gift card. I thought I had one there. The one that I'm trying to put in it isn't the right size for a gift card. So that ain't no good, is it? I don't know what I've done with it. In a safe place. However, I think a gift card would fit in there. But let's face it, more likely it's going to be a few Quality Street, a few Lindor truffles, that type of thing. Popped in there, popped over. Could always use Velcro dots if you wanted, but I do think that when you've got the magnets in and they're hidden, they do look a little bit nicer. So there we are. We've got Rosie coming to tea or dinner, and Nana. There they are, both in their glory, with our festive Rudolph, which I think is rather lovely. And yeah, there you go. That is for today. So as I said, over on the website, there are some special little treats for you there, some special offers. Some of them are like half price, but they are just literally what's left. Okay. We've got the special offer on the Rudolph and the alphabet together, and separate as well. You can get them separate as well. We have got included this little one here. You may notice we've got a frame round it. Also notice these little, it was a little bit sad because I was actually realizing that they cut out from here, these little mice, which I thought was rather lovely. Yeah, you may have noticed we've got a bit of a cheeky frame going on there. So watch this space for those people. Okay, so there we go. There's Nana and Rosie all sitting there waiting for you. Just checking if there's anything that I missed that I need to catch up with. Not quite sure. Don't think so. Think all is sorted. So I will see you for the last YouTube live on Sunday before Christmas. We'll have a think about whether we're doing special Christmas. I think I did see Jeanette says special Christmas. I'm assuming maybe, Jeanette, that you meant I don't know. Maybe you just meant that you're going to have a special Christmas. It could be. It could be. I don't know. But we'll see whether I do a special Christmas card or a special non-Christmas card. Who knows? Who knows? Come and join me at 11 o'clock on Sunday to see just what I did do. So thank you, as always, for your support and coming along to see me. Don't forget, thumbs up down here somewhere. You will also find the email and the subscription information down here somewhere. And do share, do tell your friends where we are and let them come and join us as well. It would be great to see you all there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will take I will get to see you all very, very soon. Sorry, I'm trying to read the messages as well at the same time. It's not very possible to do the two things. So thank you, everyone. See you on Sunday at 11. Do join me if you possibly can. Last one before Christmas. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.